Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we are going to work on a necklace using the Thunderhorse Descendant Inspiration Bundle for March, Celtic March. Now this is going to be, I think, pretty. I hope it works out the way I want it. We're going to use our rune as the focal in it. So let's turn down and I will show you what I plan on doing. Okay, here is our focal. And then we're going to hang this down below with a bail. And it's going to hang on a string of beads, which is going to consist of one of these guys on either side here. Green, one of these little green, a couple of these little green ones right here so that it's not right against the edge here. Come on, baby, go in there, like so. Actually, I guess I had this as a ball spacer according to my design. So, ball spacer on top and bottom of the black. Come on, baby, go over there. Then we'll have one, two, three of these little greens, another ball spacer. Go up there. Three greens. Where are we at, guys? Here we go. Ball spacer, fire polish. Then we'll have our up like here, fire polish. Ball spacer, 1, 2, 3 green, ball spacer, 1, 2, 3 of the green, just like so. And that's going to be hooked onto the main wire. Now my only concern here is that this is not going to be enough weight, and I may have to add like a bead down here to add some weight to this. And if I do, well, you know, that's the way it goes. We do. I'm not sure this isn't going to be longer than I want it to be. Of course, if I decide that's the case, I can actually move my wire piece further from the center, and that's a really easy thing to do. Actually, I had some extra wire left over. I wonder if it's going to be big enough. Let's find out. I will put a bead stopper on this one side, and we will see if this is enough room to string this up. I'm not sure it is. It looks a little short, but we will find out momentarily here. So we want the little ball spacer, the fire polish, ooh boy, ball spacer, three little greens, ball spacer, 3 little greens again. Ball spacer. Come on. The black fire polish. The bail. And I can see this is not going to be long enough, but this is how it's gonna look as we hook it here. So I'm going to get a bigger piece of wire and do this baby up. And I've got a couple of, there they are, jump rings in here. And that is what we're going to hook this to. I don't see any crimps, so I'm going to have to get some crimps. Okay, I got some crimps out, and then I also have my silver soft flex. So what I'm going to do, so that I don't waste this, I'm going to just string this right onto the spool, and then once I've got it done, we will strung up, we will put it onto one of the spacers here, the jump rings here. We'll just crimp it right on, and then we'll cut that side and crimp the other. Because what we're wanting to do here, like I say, we're going to crimp it onto the jump rings, and then the jump ring will hook to the wire that is going to be on our gonna go be the biggest, the main portion of our necklace. Now I was considering putting some tubing or some teeny jump ring seed beads through the bail, but I don't think it's necessary because these black beads are keeping it from sliding over the others. So here is what this is going to look like. And then it's going to go around here like so. And then this is going to hang down. This could be a little smaller. But like I said, if I decide it's going to get, we can spread it out a little bit. Like so. And that's good. So let's get a crimp and jump ring on this one side, and since we're just we're going to bring that one right up to this one, we'll just crimp it right here and not worry about where the beads are at the present moment. Now you could do this so the wire, just crimp it without the jump ring and just have the wire go straight over the other wire. That would work as well. Get out of there, crimp. I'm not crimp, but jump ring. I think we got it pretty well done anyway. So we can See if these beads will slide over the top of the extra wire or if I need to cut it. There we go. Slide this down here. And we can just cut this off. We don't need a lot of extra here, just enough to get it comfortably turned. I say comfortably turned because if you don't leave yourself enough wire, it's not comfortably to turn it. So get the crimp tube on and a jump ring. We'll go through the wires here and through the beads. Right here. Okay, pull her up. Now work this down. Okay. Now that we've done the tug test, cut this extra bit of wire off here. Oh, this one came out of this over here, but that's all right. We'll just cut it off here where it's sitting at the other little bead here. And so this is going to flip like this with our knot below it like so. Now we're going to put this aside and we're going to start with our main necklace, part of the necklace. So what we're going to do is we're going to start here. We're going to have 3 smalls. 1, 2, 3. Ball spacer, black ball spacer. Of course, this is going to be the same on the other side as well. Then we're going to go from the black to the tree agate. We're going to do 2 tree agates. Then we're going to switch to the lava rocks and we're going to do 3 lava rocks. Then we'll switch back to the tree agate. And the 3 little greens. Oh, I missed my fire polish here. We need the fire polish in right here. So what we're going to do right now is split our beads up so that I know what goes to one side and what goes to the other. So we've already got 3 lavas over here and 4 of the tree agate, as well as 6 of our little greens. Oh, that was a ball spacer, not a little green. and 2 of our fire polish. And 11 ball spacers. Okay, now we'll just go back and forth from things. Let's go 3 lavas here, 3 lavas here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from here, working from off of the spool, and then I'm going to go all the way up this side till I run out of beads. And then we will see where we're at. So we'll start with our big guy here. And we'll just go up the line right here. And frankly, since this pattern's the same, I could have started at the other end. But okay, good. The hole's not big enough for the beads to go through. I was afraid they might be. Do you know what I just didn't do? I didn't put in our focal piece, but that's all right because this is the last thing on here, so I can always take it off and put that in there next. I think we may have an extra ball spacer here. If we do, that's fine. We'll see where it's needed as we go up the line. Now from here we'll drop back to the pattern, and so it will go to the black fire polish. The ball spacer. Tree agate. when you forgot one. We forgot to put on the black fire polish. Now back to these guys. Now we forgot to put on the ball spacer first. There we go. Well, it looks like I'm missing one ball spacer, so we'll take it out of here because I think I dumped an extra one in there, or what I thought was an extra one. And then the black. And this is the end of this side, so we will put a bead keeper on it. Drop this down. Now we're going to measure it and see what it ends up being. Looks like this is 12. So we're going to probably be about 24, 25 inches by the time we're done. I'm going to break that into the halfway point, so this looks like it's like a 1/4 inch off, but remember we got to put our clasp on, so that is going to take part of that away. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this up here. We're going to pull off, spool off the amount of wire we're going to need to finish this off. So we'll use this as a halfway point, just come up, up, and cut it right here. What we're going to do before we go any further is we're going to take this bead stopper off, obviously, but then we're going to take our focal piece off because we need to feed on our piece here. So, then focal back on, and then our piece back on the other side. Now if I wanted to, I could decide if this is longer than I want it to be. This is going to sit here. Actually, I could ring this together right now, and that will give us a little more idea of what we're dealing with here. Now, if I decided I wanted some more weight or something, or if it wasn't long enough to suit me, then we would put, as far as the focal is concerned, then we would put a bead between the bail and the little Celtic knot. But I'm debating whether I want to move this over to here. Or if it's fine as is. This is not. Sit down properly. That's better. So let's get the beads out and we'll start and see if I decide I want to move that a little further away from the focal itself. So we'll find our 3 little greens. Our spacer and our black one here. I'm thinking it does need to go a little wider. So let's pull off, how wider do I want it to go? I think at least all the way to here. Well, I pulled it off and then decided it still isn't behaving right. And I think part of this problem is that the wire is not behaving with the jump rings really well, which is sort of weird. So I have decided I'm just going to take the jump rings off and string directly to the soft flex that it's hooked to and use it that way. But in the meantime, I've sort of decided we want to go back at least to the little black bead here. So let's put this on here through the soft flex, just without any extra stuff. Then our spacer, green bead, green bead, green bead, focal, looks like it might sit better now. Then green bead, green bead, spacer, and now we're going to go through this side of the soft flex loop here. So pull her up. And now, yeah, I like that better. Then we will just continue down our line here with our black. I'm going to see if I like it better hanging like this, or if it needs to even go a little further over maybe. We could go over further if we wanted to, and like bring it over to, well, I don't know that we could bring it that far. That might be bringing it too far. But we could take it to the other side of the black, maybe. So it, because this is going to pull it down to a degree. But whatever decision we want to make, we've got to make it soon. Because obviously we're going to want to finish stringing up the necklace, and we can't string it up if we have it keep changing our mind. It's about where we want the focal to hang at. And the last black fire polish. And then we can put a bead stopper on it. So there it is with the finished beading it up. There's our bottom portion here. This looks like it's making this a little loose here, so we've got to make sure that we got that tightened up. Not so tight that it's going to, oh, there's a ball spacer in here. Why is there a ball spacer in here? Not so tight that it's going to make the necklace be too tight, but there she is, though. Now we just have to put a clasp on this. So I actually have some more jump rings and crimp tubes out. So we could just crimp those onto the jump rings right now, and then decide on what kind of clasp we want to put on. Well, let's get that done. Doesn't matter which side you grab. Just So now, since this is the first side and it isn't that needs crimped, you don't have to worry about whether this is tight or anything like that. It's the other side that's going to need to be paid attention to as you come around. So we'll crimp this little guy on here. Do a tug test. He seems to be fine. Now we're going to cut this baby off right here. Slide it around. Now, like I say, we want to make sure that this is tight enough down here that we don't have a big gap where our pieces are coming together here. But we also don't want it to be so tight that it's not flexible at all. So we'll get this going down this way. Seems to be doing pretty good there. So we'll get our other crimp and our other jump ring. And we are going to push this through the few beads. I'm not sure it wants to go through the tree agate. We'll see if we can get it to go through there, though. Yeah, it did, plus the little one below, so that's great. So now what we need to do is push everything down and then tighten stuff up. Now we'll, as soon as we have that where we want it, we had it pretty tight. Now that I have that all crimped together, everything is ready to go. I'm going to just add a lobster claw to the one side, and that way, if you wanted it longer still, you could just get some chain and put on the other side to make an extender and get some more length in it if you wanted it. But there's our lobster claw. Now, when I put on an extender chain, I like to have something at the bottom of it to give it a little decoration, so to speak. So if I do put a extender chain on here, I will obviously make a little doodad for. But there is our necklace all finished. Like I said, unless I decide it needs an extender chain, and if I do decide it needs an extender chain, we will just put some chain on the back end here and add something pretty to the bottom of it, like a bead or something to make a little dangle for the back of your neck so that it's not just something like, In fact, this is the chain I usually use for extenders when I'm making them myself, because they have a big enough hole for the lobster claw to go through comfortably, as you can see. So I also take this chain with me, so in case people need an extra bit of length on something I have a lobster claw on, like a necklace or anklet or bracelet, so that I can add a little bit to it. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this off, and we will open our jump ring up in case you're, and put this piece of extender chain on it. And then I'll have to see if I can find something I want to use as a little dangle at the back end of it. So I'm thinking a Celtic knot on the back here. So I will just have to find me one so that I can do that. So here's another one here. So we'll just take one of these little jump rings that for some reason are sitting here open, and I will hook this onto here and it will be done. There we go. All finished. So there is our necklace all finished with our extender chain with the little Celtic knot at the bottom that matches the one at the front. And so there we go. Isn't that special? Hope you like that. I really love it. I think it turned out really cute. So here we are. Here's our finished necklace. We've got our little dangle with the oh, I noticed that's a little open. Better want that closed. Okay, that's better. So here we go. Here is our necklace and with our dangle on our extender chain, and then our other matching here on our bail and at the bottom of our necklace. So there we go. There is our pretty little necklace with our rune and our little Celtic knot. And here is our extender chain with the other Celtic knot here. And didn't that turn out pretty? This particular necklace is made using beads from our Thunderhorse Descendant Inspiration Bundle Celtic March. So I like it. I think it turned out really well. Hope you enjoyed making this with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.